Hey everybody, I'm Matt.
I'm Laurin.
We are
YAH
YAH
Adventures. What a wonderful trip the mountain gorilla trip was, and we can't wait to show you more of that trip here in this video.
Hi.
Hey babe, what you doing?
Trying to put the hat on over the GoPro. I don't think it's gonna work.
Why do you have the GoPro up there? I don't think it's gonna work either.
Well, I had it down here for the mountain gorillas, and it
Oh.
didn't work, as you noticed. Come on.
That's very true.
But wanted to wear this for the Caminito in a few weeks, and I didn't want to get just the back of your head when we're hiking up the Caminito. I guess I'm not going to wear the hat on the Caminito, but I will wear it here. What are we talking about?
That wonderful trip last year to Uganda.
Of course, yes. You have sort of a long-standing love of the mountain gorillas. Why don't you tell everybody about that?
We have to take care of our environment.
I went to a movie called Gorillas in the Mist with my mom, and we really loved it. I fell in love with Diane Fossey and the work that she did, the research she was doing. She went up to the mountains in Rwanda and studied the mountain gorillas. No one had ever really done that before, and basically lived with them.
Now, we were originally going to go to Rwanda to see the mountain gorillas, but we chose Uganda instead. Why was that?
The permits for Rwanda are $1,500 per person.
And that is per person?
Per
yeah.
person,
so it would have been $3,000 for both of us.
$3,000 to hike up into the mountains of Rwanda and spend 1 hour with the gorillas.
Yes.
In Uganda, the permits are $600 per person.
So it's a difference of $3,000 versus $1,200. $1,200 is still quite a bit of money, though. You know.
It is, but it's well worth it. All that money goes toward the rangers and the conservation efforts to protect the mountain gorillas. There are only about 800 left in the whole world, and they only can survive in 3 countries.
All right, a quick geography lesson for you. Over here on our map, you see the Democratic Republic of Congo. Right over next to it, this little country is Uganda. Down here is Rwanda. Over here is Wakanda. Actually, Wakanda doesn't exist, but in the movie, that's where it is on the map.
Right.
So here we go. Uganda, Rwanda, Congo, this little place where they all meet. That is the Virunga Mountain range. That's where the mountain gorillas live. Now, you said there's about 800 left, right?
Only about 800 left in the whole world in that area.
So that includes all the ones in zoos as well, or just in that area?
You will never see a mountain gorilla in a zoo. They cannot survive in captivity.
I thought we saw gorillas at the zoo last time we went.
Of course, those are lowland gorillas. Lowland gorillas are different. They exist in other parts of Africa, like Cameroon.
Okay, yeah, Cameroon's over here. We went to Cameroon, actually, back in 2007.
Exactly. We volunteered for a company called Cameroon Wildlife Aid Fund. They are now called Ape Action Africa. And they run a sanctuary just outside of Yaoundé in Cameroon.
Yeah, that's a sanctuary for gorillas and chimps, right? And
Orphaned gorillas
orphaned
and
and
chimps.
gorillas and monkeys too, right?
They do have monkeys there, but monkeys are different from chimps and gorillas. And a lot of people will say, when I show them pictures of the gorillas and chimps, they say, oh, I love monkeys. And
Yeah.
they're not monkeys. They're primates like us.
These are gorillas, like in Gorillas in the Mist. Gorillas are what?
Primates.
Okay. So like the great ape family, they're primates. How is that different from monkeys? How can we tell the difference?
Well, basically, a monkey will have a tail. All primates do not have tails. We are actually part of the primate
Family,
family,
right?
I guess.
Yeah.
And that's why they share 97.8 of our DNA, the gorillas and chimps even a little bit more.
Tiny bit more. Most of our DNA lines right up.
Right. So back to the trip.
Okay.
We took the trip with Lifetime Experience Safaris.
Okay.
And we had a great guide, Balon.
Balon, yeah, he
Yes.
was wonderful.
For 9 days, he drove us all around Uganda, and around day 8-ish, we finally got to see the mountain gorillas. It was near the end of the trek, and in later videos, we're going to show you some of the other things we did in Uganda.
Balon took us everywhere in Uganda, and it was a 8-day trip? 9 days.
9 days, well, I think it was 9 nights and 10 days, and around day 8 is when we saw the mountain gorillas.
And actually, the experience started the night before, the evening before. We stayed at a really cool resort called Bazinga? No, Bakiga.
Bazinga.
Bakiga. Sorry.
Bakiga Lodge. Bakiga Lodge.
The Bakiga Lodge, it is built right into the side of a mountain, a beautiful open air lobby, and then there are cabins down below the lobby built into the mountain. You can look down from the top of the lobby, see ours, then you walk a little path down. Our cabin was spacious and wonderful, and we had a deck where we could see the mountain range. When we arrived, it was beautiful and bright, and then the next morning, it was covered with fog, and you couldn't see any of the mountains that you saw the night before.
So it really was like Gorillas in the Mist, because it was misty and rainy when we woke up the next morning. You feel like you're on top of the world there. It's so gorgeous and so beautiful.
Yeah, but it was rainy the next day when we went hiking up into the mountains.
The day before we went to see the gorillas, it was nice. And the day after we went to see the gorillas, it was nice weather. But the day we went to see the gorillas, we had rain. And actually, I think it made it more special.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was Gorillas in the Mist. I could look off through the trees and see the range beyond and see mist rolling through.
It was amazing.
It was like being in a movie. We started our day, first thing we did is we went to that ranger station.
We went to a ranger station, and there they give you a talk about what to expect, how long they think the trek might be. You don't know how long it's going to take. It seemed to be a big question I see online is how long before I get to see the gorillas? And I want to say it could be 2 to 4 hours.
We were lucky.
We saw them about an hour and a half into the trek. It can be a nice climb up there in the altitude. It's a high altitude. I was having problems with my knees at the time.
I was pretty concerned about that too, yeah.
Yeah, I've lost weight since then and gotten in better shape. But we were very lucky because we were able to hire some porters.
Yes, the porters are a godsend. You can, they're locals who you hire. About 20 US is what you pay per porter, right?
20 US, we each hired one, but they helped me the most.
They carry the packs, but mostly they helped her because of her knees.
Anytime I needed any assistance, they were right there to help, and very lovely people. So we're in the ranger station.
Right.
And they give us a talk on how long it will take and what to expect, and also to make sure nobody in the party is sick.
Yeah, that's
it's
very
super
important. Super can't be sick to go see the mountain gorillas, and the reason is
because there are only 800 left in the world. We don't want to give them any diseases that could kill them, or any germs or bacteria.
Yes.
So they ask you point blank, are you sick? Do you have a cold? Do you have the sniffles? Does your stomach hurt?
Anything that could
And
possibly be carrying a germ of some
And
sort.
you want to be honest, because I don't want to spread anything to endanger the mountain gorillas anymore.
Yeah.
But a couple of days before that, I wasn't so sure I was going to be able to see them.
And that was quite the scare, because the main reason we went to Uganda was for the gorillas. Everything else was wonderful, but this was the one experience we did not want to miss.
Because the whole trip was planned around the mountain gorillas. 2 days before, I woke up and I was really sick. I had something wrong with my stomach. And our guide, Balon, went out for a couple of hours, and he came back and he had just an array of medicines for me. Evidently, he's been through this before, and so he knew what to go get from the pharmacist. And he said, take these medications, trust me, and I did. And the next day, I was perfectly fine.
The
and
very
then
next day,
The
yeah.
very next day, and I think it was 2 days after that we were up and going on the trek. I'm glad to say I was quite healthy to take the trek and made it in there and had my porters. And a good thing I did, because once we got in there and they finally found the mountain gorillas, where were they, babe?
They were not on the beaten path, suffice to
No.
say. There was a trail up there that we had to climb, but then we paused. I very specifically remember this. I was towards the back looking after her, and they paused, and someone said they found them, and they said we have to get off the trail. So there's this steep incline through all the trees that we had to go down.
Mm-hmm.
It was fun.
And it was raining, right?
Very
and
muddy.
we had these nice slick ponchos on. And so I decided to go down the side of the mountain and picture yourself on a slip and slide on the side of a mountain. That is what happened to me. I started sliding down the side of the mountain, and my porters were running after, and they grabbed my arms up just in time before I ran into the silverback.
She would have slid right down there in the middle of the family if they hadn't stopped her, and that would have been some interesting drama, to say the least.
To say the least. So those porters knew exactly what to do to keep me safe. was great.
Yes, but once we got there, speechless, obviously. We were in a tiny clearing surrounded by trees, and there was a family. There was a mama, there were a couple babies, and there was this silverback who at that point, when he saw us, he went right to the perimeter to check on a different family to make sure that we would not be threatened.
And I think it's important to note here, because a lot of people ask us, weren't you afraid being that close? I had no fear. The silverback, he wasn't concerned about us. He was looking out on the perimeter because that other family wasn't far away, and they don't mix families. The silverback is the alpha of each family. And so he was more concerned about them. And I felt that he was almost there protecting us as well as his whole family. And obviously they felt safe with us because a baby ran across our feet. It was amazing. We can't touch them, but evidently they can do whatever they want if they want to come run across our feet and touch us.
It was just right down there. I was actually looking, trying to get a shot with something else. We're that close. And Laurin bumped me and said, "Look down," and he was so close he could have tugged my pant leg. And I quickly got a shot of him walking on past, so I didn't get him right down there, but it was literally
because it happens so fast.
Yeah.
So I have no fear of them. Mountain gorillas will not attack unless they're provoked or somebody's attacking them. And they also are vegetarians, so they're not coming after you as food or anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't feel afraid for a second. I felt like I was in a dream.
I know. It was an experience of a lifetime. It was something that was on my endeavor list. We highly recommend going up and seeing the mountain gorillas if it's something you're really interested in. And it is an experience of a lifetime. And we highly recommend lifetime experience safaris.
Yes. Go ahead and email us if you are interested, have questions, want to know what it was like and what needs to be done to get there. There is the email, which is Matt and Laurin at
YaAdventures.com. Check out our Facebook page.
Yes, it is YAH.
YAH Adventures.
Ya Adventures.
Ya Adventures. Sign up and like it and follow us there because we are going to be doing live videos in just a couple of weeks on our new adventure.
Here, the Instagram page is Matt and Laurin, or the
Matt
Instagram.
and Laurin.
So you can follow us on Instagram. And if you like this video, feel free to go over there and click the subscribe button and then click the little bell, which will give you alerts so you can see future travels, future videos. If you have any questions, feel free to answer them in the comments below or in an email. We'd be happy to address them in future videos.
Absolutely.
What else?
I think we're good. We're on to our next adventure.
Very good. We sure appreciate you watching. We thank you so much, and you have a great day.
See you soon. You want to make sure...
What the hell? Because a number of you have asked, how can I go on a video like that and do a video trip like that and poo-to-do? What's the matter with me?
I'm trying to hold it together. Okay.
Water. Oh, it's clear over there. Never mind.
It's like you're talking gibberish.
All right. Let's start the whole thing over now.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Some of the emails we've been. I can't talk.
No, you can't either.
You rubbed off on me. We start over. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Love this woman.